On February 28, 2025, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with former U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House. The meeting was meant to finalize a deal. This deal would have granted the United States access to Ukrainian raw materials. These materials included oil, gas, rare earth metals, and critical minerals. In exchange, Ukraine sought potential future aid and investment. This would be facilitated through a joint reconstruction investment fund. However, the meeting quickly devolved into a heated exchange. The planned joint press conference was canceled. Trump accused Zelensky of obstructing peace talks. He claimed Zelensky wanted the war to continue. Trump urged an immediate ceasefire and demanded Ukrainian compromises with Russia. Zelensky vehemently rejected Trump's accusations. He stated that there would be no compromises with a killer on our territory. The meeting ended abruptly, with Zelensky being asked to leave. The collapse of the meeting sent shockwaves through the international community. It raised serious concerns about the future of U.S.-Ukrainian relations. The meeting also highlighted the challenges of achieving a peaceful resolution to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The international community watched anxiously as the situation unfolded. Despite the contentious meeting, Zelensky remained resolute in his commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty. He emphasized the difficulty of resisting Russian aggression without unwavering U.S. support. Zelensky maintained that Ukraine would not enter peace talks without ironclad security guarantees. He acknowledged the importance of the relationship with the United States. Zelensky expressed hope that the relationship with Trump could be salvaged. Prior to the meeting, Zelensky had rejected earlier iterations of the proposed deal. These earlier versions would have saddled Ukraine with significant debt. They also would have required the repayment of past U.S. aid. Zelensky remained firm in his belief that any agreement must be fair and equitable for the Ukrainian people. He refused to compromise on Ukraine's long-term interests. Zelensky's firm stance garnered both praise and criticism from the international community. Some lauded his unwavering commitment to Ukrainian sovereignty. Others worried that his refusal to compromise could prolong the conflict. The world waited to see how the situation would unfold. In the wake of the tumultuous meeting, European leaders rallied behind Zelensky and Ukraine. They expressed their unwavering support and condemned Trump's actions. Key figures in European politics voiced their solidarity. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer spoke with both Trump and Zelensky. He reaffirmed the United Kingdom's unwavering support for Ukraine. Starmer announced plans to host a summit of international leaders. This summit aimed to discuss a path forward for Ukraine and the region. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni called for an immediate summit with the United States, European nations, and allies. She stressed the importance of maintaining Western unity in the face of Russian aggression. Meloni aimed to find a coordinated response to the crisis. European leaders understood the gravity of the situation. They knew that a united front was essential to counter Russian aggression and support Ukraine's fight for freedom. Their swift and decisive actions demonstrated their commitment to European security and the rules-based international order. The meeting between Zelensky and Trump unfolded against the backdrop of the ongoing war in Ukraine. The conflict began with the Russian invasion in February 2022. It had far-reaching consequences for the geopolitical landscape. European nations emerged as crucial players in supporting Ukraine. They provided military aid, humanitarian assistance, and diplomatic support. The European Union imposed sanctions on Russia. They also worked to reduce their dependence on Russian energy. Europe's support for Ukraine is not solely altruistic. The conflict has direct implications for European security and stability. A Russian victory in Ukraine would have dangerous consequences for the entire continent. European leaders recognize this reality. They are determined to prevent a Russian victory and to uphold the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity.